What's going on out there, YouTube? This is SEO0220. I'm back again. I know this is kind of weird. I'm kind of laying down right now. Um, not feeling all that well, but I thought this was a really good time that I could talk about my experience with GTA Online. Um, but this is not necessarily going to be a review. The title of this is actually going to be The Addiction That Is GTA Online. GTA Online, it came out initially on the 1st of October, but it was like a 3-day hiatus that servers were down or firmware update or whatever. You couldn't do anything with it. I even tried to record for y'all, like my first experience with it. It was just, I didn't want to upload it because I was like, this is going to be fruitless of them seeing the same exact thing everybody's talking about. So finally, maybe four days later or 5 days later, technically, on my PS3 and my Xbox 360, that I was able to successfully get on GTA Online. And I mean, online, I knew about it. I've seen commercials about it and stuff like that, and I thought it was going to be really epic. But I had no idea it would be as addictive as it really is. Now that the servers are up, like if you look on your Xbox Live or PS3 network, you will see somebody playing GTA Online. They're no longer playing the storyline anymore. And I'm gonna talk about a lot of different factors that I say that this is one of the most addicting online experiences that you can get into. Because with GTA Online, it's a difference, it's a contrast in this comparison with storyline mode. Storyline mode, it takes a lot to get up and higher, but you also have like bank missions. You have ways of getting money that you normally wouldn't, and you're limited to the amount of things and accessories that you can get from a store-to-store basis and from a product basis. But when you get online, you're going to notice that there's so many different modifications of accessories and modifications to your car that you would never even have at the story mode. I mean, you could go to like a normal store and it gives you accessories galore and so many different things and so many different ways that you can actually spend your money that you never know what to do. And so I have a list of things I'm going to talk about. So one of the first things I wanted to talk about was uh, going into the game without any money. Like you don't really have that much money. You have maybe like $2,000, and if you really think about it, if you go and you kill like another person, which there's a passive mode that you can kind of be passive for $100 or whatever, but somebody can still kill you, get $100 back from you, and then keep terrorizing you. Now, if you do passive mode, at least you're not gonna like lose $2,000 each time. But if you stay in passive mode, you cannot draw your gun, you cannot do anything. And so people are resorted to doing different things for money. And it's really serious because when you get your first car and that car is the only means of transportation that you have, and I mean, it draws like an element of wanting to protect your assets, what you earned, what you made money for, your modification to your car. Somebody can go and take that and blow it up. Now, they might end up being like kind of like shunned upon behind doing that. But I mean, your car is gone. If you didn't put insurance on it, it's hit. And it's even crazier because I found there's so many different ways of making money, but you don't make enough. I mean, you can do a race, and you can continue to do races, for instance, and you maybe get like 2,000, or if you don't finish the race, you don't get anything. But each time you lose $200. It comes directly out of your deposit. Each time you go and do a mission, you can go and do that mission, win it. Deposit your amount is the most important thing to do, but no matter what, it can still get taken out when you're actually doing missions or actually going and doing these kind of races or other things. And like money for this game, it's made it so like intended upon you playing it and your assets that you're trying to do everything you can. I mean, you could go and steal a car and go and take it to like a spray and play place and just make money off that car, just because you're trying to make that next $1,000 to get that car house. And I mean, it's just crazy because now if you playing and you with your crew and y'all having a good time and somebody tries to roll up on you, you're gonna get defensive because you worked yourself for this money and the things that you have, and somebody's trying to take that away from you. And it gets very serious and it gets very addictive. You can sit there and say in your head, okay, I'm not going to play anymore, I'm done for a while. Then somebody goes and rubs you the wrong way, or you make that just amount of money to be able to get that apartment, or you go and get that heist job that everybody's trying to be waiting for, and you're pulled into it because you want to further your course as far as your character, and at the same time be able to meet the needs of the people around you. Because I mean, me and my crew, for instance, and this is the second half I was talking about. We are we have our own crew, and our crew is pretty good, and we do missions together, get 10% back with the crew missions. But we were doing like survival, for instance, and because of becoming attached with my character and knowing that if each time I die, I get lose $2,000, or each time they die, they lose whatever. But if we don't make a certain amount of levels on survival mode, we're not going to get that $20,000 each. We're just going to get maybe $2,000. So all that work would have been for nothing. And so with me, I'm a protector, for instance. I had one of my friends, and he was like playing, and I was getting really sleepy. And I was like, I don't need to play this anymore. But I knew he was getting like burdened down, and I was like, man, I have to go and protect him. Like I willingly went out with the turret, like risking my life and literally committed suicide to protect him, just because I've immersed myself into this world of like of free flow, of free roam, and missions galore, and it's so addictive now. I mean, anybody that has like children or things you have to do or work or whatever, you need to be very mindful of how much amount of time you're spending with this game because especially late at night, you have a frustrating day, you have a long day, it starts blending in with your reality. I mean, you start driving and you do the first person mode most of the time, you go outside, you're gonna start making kind of comparisons in your head. It's kind of crazy. Even when I think about the fact that you go to a convenience store, and I try not to do this a lot, but it's a quick way to make money. You go to a convenience store and you put your headset on and you yell into that mic. The person does put it in the bag quicker, um, and you can maybe get out, and without any kind of worry, that's quick money. Whereas if the cops get you, they bust you, you losing $2,000 in addition to the money you just made. And so it's so many different things with it, man, that makes this game so addicting. And I felt like I really wanted to talk about that before I even talked about a review of Online Space, which I've had a really great time and experience with it. But I mean, the general population that's on this game, I mean, we're not necessarily having technical issues anymore. It's like we're having rivalry issues, we're having like money issues, and we want to do anything and everything we can to get up. I mean, I just got a $223,000 home that now I can actually do to start doing high school. And somebody tried to rub my crew the wrong way. And I mean, it's like I just worked for this thing. This person's trying to burden me down. And you'll start thinking in that mentality and it'll keep you sucked in. And I mean, I think that's smart on Rockstar's part to keep and pull people in. But if you really have a life, and I mean for me, not only I have a life, work, I also have a life with family, church, and with all these different kind of other things I have. I'm like, man, I'm taking a day off of Grand Theft Auto, and that's not anything against the game. It's not necessarily because of violence, but I know that it can easily become like an addiction, and I know it can easily draw me in. And I'm not saying that every game is addiction or anything like that. I'm just saying that the way that this game is designed, it's not like Halo or Call of Duty. With Halo and Call of Duty, you can get up there and play and modify your weapons, and yeah, you can lose like a game, but I mean, you can't sit there and say, all right, I'm gonna play this person, I'm gonna play this person continuously, and I'm gonna get my vengeance on them. You can do that, but I mean, it's a waste of time. Whereas with you in a world, you have your own stuff, and another person is rivaling you. You can fight galore and make it like this epic kind of like battle of war of crews or whatnot, the battle doesn't have to end. Like I mean, it really doesn't, and it's so different than all the different first-person shooters and even like things like Uncharted, the online experience. Because I mean, in and of itself, it's kind of like an MMO, and a lot of people recognize that with like WoW or Rift or Winter Nights, anything like that. It's on an MMO basis. This can actually be an easier conduit because it's accessible to the game system. So when it comes on the PC, I can only imagine what the PC gamers are going to deal with, and it's just scary to me. And I mean, our nation is dealing with some of the worst situations ever. I mean, and I'm not even going to this now, but judging on the fact of what's going on here, and then we can easily use GTA as an escape. Like it was almost like it was perfect timing with the way that Rockstar came out with it, and it makes it an easy way for people to kind of lose themselves with the world. And so I'm just warning everybody to be careful because GTA Online is addicting. If you don't find any kind of issues with like the process behind it, then you're an awesome person, more power to you. But this person, I can admit that it can easily pull me in, and I can easily personalize it. But I just want to talk about that. It's just easy riffing, easy ranting. Like I said, my stomach's feeling a little whatever. Keep me in prayer about that. I pray y'all have a great day, great afternoon, great week, and comment, leave your post below, and I got more videos in store for y'all by the end of the week. Later.